All right, so we're gonna let your video play through here once.
Ready.
Let that go one more time. All right, so a lot of good things going on here. If we take this to top of leg lift, we got good high leg lift. Always good to see. Sets us up for a lot of good potential to do a lot of powerful things after the fact. We're going to be able to notice everything staying nice and tall. Keeping that nice little bend in that back knee still. Getting the shoulders right away into a good strong angle with that elbow getting up. Eyes right over that shoulder. Leading with the hip. All right, one thing I want us to pay attention to is this hand. Okay, and I just want you to watch how many times this hand flip-flops. Okay, so let's back it up and get it to here. All right, ball's falling out of the glove. Perfect. All right, how your hand is positioned, your wrist is positioned, your forearm. This is how we want to stay as the arm as a whole goes through its movement process. We're going to see, though, that this hand is going to start to open up here, okay? From this point on, we're going to notice that it's going to want to open. All right, see how that wrist opened right there? We're seeing the baseball. Right now, we can see your fingers. As this goes, your wrist opens up, and now we see the baseball. So as this is happening, your wrist is opening into external rotation, and we don't want any part of our arm to externally rotate until it's time to throw the baseball. So we're going to see that your wrist starts to externally rotate open, but you have a smooth moving arm. There's no way you can have a smooth moving arm. Sorry, that beep right there is my air fryer going off. Sorry about that. You have a smooth moving arm. There's no way we could have a smooth moving arm and an arm that opens into external early. So what we're going to see again, watching this hand here, it's going to go back to how it was before. You see that movement there? You're externally rotated, and now we're going to internally rotate it. So that way you have the ability now to have your entire arm externally rotate. Externally rotate. If your hand didn't get back to this position here, we would not have this good externally rotating arm that's rotating with the shoulders. So that means right here, we're good. We fast forward to right here, we are good. But everything in between that we're doing with this wrist and that weird movement is a timing issue. If we don't go through those movements perfectly, watch how much that ball's moving. If we don't get those movements perfectly each and every time right to here, we run the chance for that ball to be cutting, running, lots of sink, dead straight, missing high arm side, missing low glove side. There's a lot of things that we have to rely on to happen in this short little window here to be repetitive and consistent for us to be able to then get this consistent. Okay, so something to think of while you're playing catch would be to think when this ball comes out of your glove, you got your knuckles facing third, and the baseball can be seen from first base dugout. We want to keep that perspective as long as we can throughout that entire process of the arm getting cocked and loaded back behind you. So thinking your knuckles stay facing us the whole time instead of your knuckles turning over and facing first base dugout. First base dugout wants to see that ball the whole time during this process of your arm cocking back and getting loaded to here. All right, so I'm going to pull some videos up here for you to be able to see. Who should we use for you? This is not going to be a good angle. Oops. Okay, here we go. Sixto Sanchez. He's had some big league time. Most of his career has been in the minor leagues. A young guy, but he is kind of built like you a little bit. This video is not going to be high enough quality, though, to be able to see what we want to see. What about this one? Okay, so right now we can see the baseball. You can still see the baseball, and now the other side sees the baseball. So as that ball's coming out, we don't need it to be doing. Slide this over here so we can see it better. So ball falls out. We can still see the ball, We come to yours, and at this point back here, you got it turned over. All right, see how those fingers are still above the ball? And you got your fingers now on the side of the ball because of how your wrist is rotated at the moment. So ball falls out of the glove just like your ball falls out of the glove, right? So if we had the video on your backside, like Sanchez here, your hand would match what his hand looks like. And we can see as he continues, that ball stays in that position until he gets there with the fingers are now above it. Your fingers are above it, just like his is right now, but then it quickly continues to roll away. And we see his stays there that whole time. So it's just that little bit of wobble in that wrist there that you're opening it up, but you know, and your body knows it can't be there to throw, so it's got to undo itself. All right, does that make sense? Everything else that you're doing is real good. We're getting this front side leg here opened, allowing the belt to fire, creating good upper lower half separation. Gloves nice and quiet as we release, allowing the energy to come out in front. We got good trunk action, trunks from the shoulders to the hips, from shoulder to shoulder. We can see the trunk is helping accelerate that baseball down as that shoulders are rotating around. You're also accelerating them down, which is exactly what we're looking for, especially when we get you on a mound. And we can start getting even more power and acceleration coming out of your body. But everything else, we got a really good, strong moving body here. We just got to clean up that arm path a little bit so it's down, 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 and not rotating and curling out and around like it does there. We can even see it back here doing those rotations. So we're good, and we can see right there rolling, and then unrolling. So we just got to quiet that wrist down a little bit. Reduces any chance that you would have of getting an arm injury from throwing. So we're just, with this rotation, it's just elevating the risk and potential of it happening, but everything moves so smooth that you're already at a very, very, very small chance for anything to happen. Let's just make that even less by cleaning up that wrist action a little bit.